Morning folks, and welcome to the Happy Hooker YouTube channel. This morning we have Tommy the Turd with us.
Afternoon.
And Mr Stinky Stripe. Morning Stinky. Today we've got no boat with me. We've just dropped it off at Bill Irons Marine. I've got a couple of sensor problems showing up on me, on my engine. So I've dropped it in there so that I can get fixed. You just excuse me a minute, I'm just going to show you these are, I've just bought at the petrol station at Morris spicy rings. Now, when you first start eating them, they're not too bad, but halfway through, my mouth's that much on fire now, I feel like sticking my head in a bucket of ice cream. Anyway, back to the task in hand. We've got a little job to do down, well, it's a decent sized job to do down here. So we're having 3 or 4 days down here at a time. We've just been this morning, done a bit of work, and this afternoon now we're going to go fishing. Obviously we've no boat with us, so we're going to have to fish off land. So we're staying at the Travel Lodge in Holyhead. So we're going to do Triada Bay, which is just round the corner from there. We're going to see if we can get a bass, a few coalies, some flatties, whatever we can catch. We've just called into Anglesey Bait Centre and picked up some nice juicy fat ragworms and other stuff, a lot of bits of terminal tackle, so on and so forth. We're going to set off over to Triada Bay now. We'll do a bit of filming when we get there. See you in a bit. I am. Look at this folks, the sheer mention of a fishing trip, and look what's appeared.
I was going to get a pen when I was thinking, but
It's beyond the pecker.
I've got my gear in there.
You have? Yeah. Right, get some diesel, let's go.
I've got to get shit right now. I'm going to have a drive to pen when I don't know what
See you in a bit. We're over at Triada Bay now. Top of the Turd's getting all his tackle ready. John's getting all his tackle ready. These two lousy gets are going to bugger off to the mark and leave me here being the slave, making the sausage butties to come over and bring them while they're fishing. What do we think about that? I better go to Maida, I'm never going to get a line in the water, am I? See you in a bit. The sausage sandwiches are done now. All that's left to do is stick them sausages on them bread. We'll turn that off before I burn my van down. Oops, that's the wrong way. Turn that off. All that's left to do now is throw the sausages on the butties, walk up the hill, find where they've gone, and get some fishing done. I'll let you know when we get there, Right guys, it's butty time! We caught anything yet?
2 bass.
Hey! Little bit precarious coming down here. I think I'm going to turn the camera off while I get down here, otherwise I'm going to go arse over to it harder.
Grab something.
You'll be alright.
I don't want me to film you coming down in case you fall.
Well, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Do you see the kind of abuse I have to put up with? Go and cook the sausages and then fall going down the mountain, that's what they want. Right, next thing you'll see will be me with a rod in the water. Right, the traps are set. 2 rods out, one's Tommy's, one's mine. I think John's got a big fish on.
Tuna.
A big tuna on. Is that first cast as well, John? Yeah. Hopefully that's not a story of things, that's not a sign of things to come, Tommy sat up there out of the wind.
Oh, got it.
You got it back? Oh, superb. That means you can have another cast on it. You cast in here into quite deep water. This is Triada Bay, by the way. That's the beach over there. Out round the rocks and stuff. That's where Ravens Point is. Over that way, around that bend that you can see out there. It looks like a boat out there, pottering about. As you get round that bend, there's what they call mackerel rock. And here they have pretty consistent catches of coalies and bass most of the year through. So it's well worth a few hours while we're just killing time, waiting to go back to the hotel for some nice ribs. Hopefully we'll catch a fish or two. I'll be able to show you some. We're not being blankers today. It's also worth mentioning, like this place, we know it's high tide now, so we know that the water's not coming any higher than it is. It's quite a calmish day. I mean, there's a little bit of wind, but nothing to bother about, so we know we're not going to get washed off these rocks. I mean, if you look at it around us, it is quite a steep climb to get down to. You're better off, if you can, being a couple of you, and then if anything does go wrong and one of you ends up falling on these rocks and hurting yourself, at least there's somebody there to either help you out or call for emergency services. Like I said, it's worth just mentioning. If we was fishing it on the flood, you've got to really keep an eye on what's going around you, because you get crevices like this that fill up with water. If it were a particularly big tide, you could end up stuck out on that point there with water filling up behind you, and end up stuck and in trouble. You just got to be really careful when you're on rocks. It might sound like I'm trying to teach my grandma to suck eggs, but it's always worth mentioning. And I think Tommy's just had a bite. Come round the front. Can you see me, guys? I'm having to. I don't possess a tripod, so I'm going to make do on Tommy's box and stuff. The rods have been out probably now about half an hour. In that, I'm just going to show you this. What's happened there, John? Someone's just dragged his rod over. Sorry guys, I shouldn't really laugh, because that can happen to any of us, can't it?
Oh my god.
You broke it, snagged again. As I was saying, folks, we've been in half an hour. John's had 3 casts and 3 snags. Tommy's had a snag on the 1 cast and lost his rod, lost his tackle. I've had a snag. I'm about to reel it in now, because I've got a feeling this is going to be a big nasty horrible snag as well. Let's have a look, eh?
Back, mate.
You got it back. Snag! We've got a snag.
I'm going to move my rubbish. I'll see you in the morning.
Oh! We're out! Oh. Got it back, folks! Well, I have got it back, folks, but the bottom hook. Have you lost yours, John? Yeah, that's what's happened to me hook, guys. Let's just pull that up. What's going on with that camera? Is it, we're still on? Yep, we're still on. Bent me hook, straightened it. So I'm going to have to whip that off, I'll whip a fresh hook on, cast it back out again. I don't see us staying here too long. If this is the story, every time we cast in, we get a snag. Because it's not fun. I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, it's that snaggy. John has said enough is enough. He's got some free fishing tackle that he's giving away because he can't cope with keep losing it all.
Not even a dog today.
Not even a dog. You've only been here 40 minutes or so. He had things to do, and I pestered him to come out. So,
Too many snags.
see you in a bit, guys. Well, guys, we've got another couple of snags around that bend. John's gone. He couldn't stay long, he had things to do. We'll see him again tomorrow. We've had a quick move from that side of the rock, over that bit of an hill, round to this side, in the hope that it's not as snaggy. Now Tommy's going to cast towards, let's watch him cast actually. Nice gentle little lob. It's casting towards that rock there. that's hanging out the water. A bit of a feature. Hopefully he's not just landed it in a big snag. Is it a snag? Well, and I've cast it a bit further out into a bit more open water. Oh, that were you, that weren't it? I thought we'd have gone bung then. Stinky's God knows where. He's like an old-fashioned street dog. He always comes back. Right, so now we're settled here. We'll see if we can get a fish or two. Hopefully. I'm just going to show you. We'll have a bit of a zoom in. Now there's Triada Bay Beach. Absolutely beautiful place if ever you come down here. There's a nice pub restaurant there in the middle of it. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, the sea shanty. I have eaten in there and it's not bad. It's not badly priced either. Then you've got the lifeboat centre over there with a slip for the lifeboats. And when we come with our small boats, the pile of rock that's straight in front of me now, you can't say, oh, if you look on the road you might be able to see it. There's a green sign. That's the top of the slip for the small boats. During the summer months, there is a warden on there that collects money and checks your insurance and so on and so forth, but through the winter months there's nobody manning it, so you can pretty much just get in and do and launch and go off fishing, well, as long as the weather's alright. When you do launch there, further up the road there is some parking. Now the parking's a bit expensive for the day, but hey oh, that's fishing. Sometimes you've got to pay it, haven't you? See my dog anywhere? He disappeared. He'll be back in a bit. Hopefully next time you see us we'll have a fish or two to show you. See you in a bit. Some of the turds happy now, he's got his cup of tea. Yeah. I've just been back to the van and made it for him because he's a stubborn old goat and wouldn't go for his course and we're freezing. So I went and got it. I don't know how much longer we've got here. Look at the state of that sky there. It looks like we're going to get a bit of a dousing. If it does come, or when it comes, I'll be wrapping the rods up and adios. As for now, we're not hitting snags now, but we're not getting any bites. What time's it now, Tommy? I think the tide's just started to ebb now. So hopefully the fish might switch on a bit. I don't know if it fishes on the ebb here or not, but to be quite honest, I'm not bothered. It's wasting a little bit of time. Just 20 to 3. Well, it was only high tide at 2 o'clock, sorry, it was high tide, so yeah, it should start ebbing now. We might start getting a bit of action instead of just keep getting crabbed to death. I'll let you know in a bit. Well, the sun's starting to drop on us now. It's starting to get a little bit dark. That big dirty rain cloud, I think it's past us. I don't think we're going to cop for that. But poor Tommy sat there freezing. The dog somewhere, well, he was here a second ago. Oh, there he is. The dog's cold, shivering at the side of me. I'm starting to get cold. The rods are not biting. Or should I say the fish are not biting. The rods are not moving. There seems to be a lot of crabs there. The baits are coming back stripped and stuff. Not getting any indication on the rods. So I'm thinking it might be wrap up time. It's just worth pointing out this, that as the water ebbs over the rocks, how wet and slippy that gets. So if you were to get a fish and it were a decent fish, you'd have to be super careful going down to the edge of the water to go and get it. It's very unforgiving, that sea. Doesn't take any prisoners whatsoever. So what I'll do is I'll reel in, wrap the rod up, and I might film the walk back. We'll see you shortly. Right guys, like I said, we've wrapped up now. We're going to have a leisurely wander back. We have been fishing on what they call the flagpole over at Triada Bay. They've only given it an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. We're just a bit of something to do while we were waiting for our travel lodge room to be ready. So the plan now is back to the room, get some food, get cleaned up, bedtime, ready for work tomorrow. Stunning, absolutely stunning place this. One of the nicest places on, well, it's actually Holyhead, isn't it? This, it's not Anglesey, but it is one of the nicest places you could visit. It's probably a 2 or 3 minute walk back to the van, which is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Like I said, it's a bit rocky and a bit lumpy bumpy. You are always better off on a place like this if two of you go, simply because if one of you does trip or fall or have an accident, there's always somebody there to raise the alarm or help you. Oh, what, Tommy? Yep, avoid the boggy bit. I mean, look at this. Can you imagine owning one of these houses here? Huh? That'd be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? Looking out, waking up and looking out over that in the morning. Huh? I bet you need a bob or two to be living in one of these, I'll tell you. I'll not film the houses too much because it's a bit of an invasion of privacy, isn't it? I don't want to get shouted at or upset anybody. Oop. But we'll, I'll try not to poke Tommy in the head with rods. Charge! Come on, Mr. Stink, where are you? Get through, come on, get up. Good boy. Drop it, rods. Tell you what, it's hard work this shore fishing, isn't it? Not like getting on a boat and just have all your kits there, is it? Oops. I just knocked the eyes off the rod on the wall. And I am actually dropping the rod. Just alter my grip. Oh, there we go. Like I said, there's houses all the way around us here. I don't want to film them. I don't think it's right and it's not fair. Whew, what were a fair old hill to tramps up, weren't it?
Oh yeah.
That's it now. Back to civilization. Down the hill to the van. Onto the rods again. I don't think I'd have made a very good night on my trusty steed. I think, is that a pub or something there, that, Tommy?
Yeah, restaurant and a hotel.
A restaurant and an hotel, folks, so just for future reference for you, I'm pretty sure you take note of where we're walking. That's a pub or a restaurant. I will get the name of it and we'll get round to the side. I don't know what it's called, but you basically just park up in front of it, walk up this little lane. It is called, still no idea, I can't see a sign. Do we know what it's called, Tommy? Little, nice little pub, isn't it? Looks the business. It's called the Seacroft. I could just see it through the trees. Stinky, come here, come here. Good boy. Oh, he's seen a cat or a dog or something. He's off. What have you seen there, you? Something spooked him. He's just seen a rat or something. Here, look at him working it now. Well, it's a cat there on the wall. That's what he saw. Come here, hey, give over. Right, I'll just go up to this sign. There's the van, there's the vehicle. We're straight back at it. The pub is called the Seacroft. Right, guys, we're back at the van now. Oops, I'll not stab the rods on it. I'm just going to lie this stuff down against this wall so I could talk to you for a minute. Right, I can only apologise for the lack of fish today, but sometimes that's just fishing. If you do like the videos that I do, as a rule we do get some fish. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing another one off land because the boat's in for repairs in it, so we haven't got one till probably next week. But I'm sure we'll be doing another one off land somewhere around Anglesey, either tomorrow night or the night after after work. Until then, get them fingers waggling, get that subscribe button pressed and that like button pressed, please. I do appreciate it. Dog's yakking at something again. Until next time, ta-ra for now.